Well, hello again, YouTube. I am back again. I was just talking to you guys, I'd say about, I don't know, not too long ago, 30 seconds ago or something. I am in the fish room today. Gonna feed some frozen food. This tank I noticed, look at this. I noticed this the other day. I'm just digging out right there. You see there's that fish, that bristlenose there. So they are digging out some tunnels. I'm hoping maybe I'll see some babies here soon. But give me 1 second. I'm just going to get this food ready. I'm going to pop open a bunch of blocks of frozen food right now. 4 should be enough, right guys? I shouldn't need more than 4. Maybe I might decide that I wanted a 5th one, but we'll just see. Actually, I want a 5th one. I'm going to overfeed a little bit today. I got a good idea for how to divide this up. So, okay. And then I will go ahead and open these veggie wafers because I will be feeding a couple of those for the bristlenose too. Okay, so I just did an update on my desk for you guys, and now I figured I would just go ahead and do a little fish tank update. It's been a while since I did one. See, the rainbows are pretty excited there. Actually, they're nipping at my fingers. If you guys watched my aquarium video, the Union Station aquarium video, those fish that were nipping at my fingers and my hands and stuff were they're called doctor fish, and they're the ones that they use for like pedicures and stuff like that. Yeah, you can see the rainbow fish are pretty excited to eat. Try to get these bloodworms a little spread out for them. Got some good looking shrimp in here. I did cull this tank, and I gotta be honest with you guys, it's like the first time I've ever culled, like ever. Other than that, I just had shrimp die naturally from fish or something eating them. Oh no, that's sad. I'll have to get that in a second. Let's give one to the big guy. He's already ready also. And yeah, I was about to do an update in that other video. For some reason I forgot that I'm doing a fish tank video. He's a little weird about getting it off the top, so he might wait for it to fall. Sometimes I just kind of try to squeeze some of the air out of it, and it sinks a little better for him. It's probably a little too big for him in this form too, but he likes eating it when it's like a half. Like a half cube is like, he's like, heck yeah. I might get another flat sheet. I like having those flat sheets because you can just chop them into littler pieces. They get kind of annoying if you ever let them thaw out. They thaw out all weird. Don't do that. Just for, you know, from somebody speaking from experience, do not let them thaw out at all. It makes them very weird. Do not try to thaw them thinking you can refreeze them. It does not work out that way. Okay, so I will need to kind of mess with you guys here a little bit. Sorry guys for all about this. And it's not getting edited out because I'm still not quite done with my desk setup, and I don't have my computer in there, so yeah, okay, sorry. I dropped a bloodworm block. And you know, most fish keepers probably, they go rinse it off or something, but the fish are not gonna care. This bloodworm block was a little bit dirty. And I will be coming back out here and I'll show off this tank a little bit more. I know I didn't really show it off yet. I'm just going to give half this block to these guys. And then I'm going to take the rest of the half block and I'm going to take it to my brother's room. Put it in his tank. They want some bloodworms in there too, I'm sure. And I told, I think it was Cedric that I told, that I had some Crips die off. I really don't. The only thing I can think of is this filter was not running. You see it's pretty much trickling. I need to clean that very soon. But I also had a little too much duckweed chilling out in here. And I think it just caught up my filter flow. And my Crips pretty much rotted. Yeah, I need to clean this tank anyway. You can see the front glass is pretty bad. Oh wait, my flash is on. It'd help if I don't have that on. There you go. So yeah, you can see those Crips rotted back pretty bad in there. This is just, y'all know, I put some moss in there to kind of offset it. All the fish seem to be doing okay. I've seen like almost all 8 of them the other day, or at least 7. Push trees. Had to add that in for good measure, Christian. Just, you know, a little shout out for anybody who saw that. Push trees. That's, my brother watches this guy called Dope as Yola. And that's, dude's like, his gear. This is one of those new calico bristlenose that I got here recently from, Aquahuna. And I seen both of them in here the other day. Oh, there it is. There's the other one. Seeing both on camera together. And they are starting to turn. You see that one starting to turn a little red. They are starting to turn a little red. And I kind of wonder if the females aren't the darker ones like this. Because these guys have stayed dark for a lot longer than my big males stay dark for. So I'm wondering if these guys aren't females. Or maybe the males are just... I kind of thought there was another theory that, like, you know, sometimes when there's a dominant fish in a tank, it will keep your other fish from coloring up as much because they're not able to eat as much and they're stressed out and they don't want to be seen, so they just, like, they chill on their coloration a little bit, if that makes sense. So I dropped some, dropped about 1 algae wafer in. That'll be for the bristlenose. And I don't think bristlenose in here could really ever starve because there's so much algae growing on those 2 rock faces back there that I have, which is kind of why I put them in there in the first place. It was initially to be caves for cichlids, but then I left them in there thinking, oh, that'll be a good bristlenose cave, and it'll also make for a good algae spot. There's a shrimp up here I wanted to show off if I can get it. I mean, it looks good. He's wanting some food too, but he doesn't realize I just dropped some shrimp pellets. So that was the other thing I dropped. This is usually what I feed this tank. Usually I don't feed it all at the same day, but I didn't feed it all yesterday. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, I did drop like 2 shrimp pellets or so. And I had the bamboos in here too, the bamboo shrimps. The big guys that fan. Oh my gosh, look at this shrimp though. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Why can I not see him? My camera was upside down. It was making it weird, but there he is. He's literally like at the very top. It won't focus on him. It's focusing on everything but that shrimp, but you guys can tell it's there. He's up at the top trying to get some food. Like, bro, go down to the bottom. There's stuff down there. But anyway, another thing I like to feed, if it's out here. Wow, I do not know where it is. Okay, I'll go to the other room and feed these bloodworms. And I'll see if it's in there. It would be Bacter AE though, and the filter feeders really like it, and the shrimp will eat it, like the regular red cherry shrimp will eat it. Just makes like a bacterial coat on everything, like the beneficial bacteria, and it's also supposed to keep your water a little cleaner. I guess I'll zoom in on these rainbows for you guys. Rainbows are really starting to look pretty dang good. And I also need to clean the power head in here. Mostly I just need to clean those sponges on the outtakes, or on the intakes, I mean, sorry. If I did that, then it would be a lot chiller. I did see one of the big red bristlenoses the other day, but I didn't see the other. And I saw 2 bamboos yesterday. So I'll have to look around a little bit more off camera, so I don't bother you guys. Oh, here, I'll get you guys another good view of the bluefish. I know a lot of people probably like the bluefish. Oh, and I was going to do an update. I keep talking myself in a circle. You see that orange on him? He looks so good. I took the filter off this tank because it was polluting my room out here with humidity, which plants that make, you know, fruits or anything like that, they don't like it. So I had to get a new dehumidifier and a little bit nicer one. It's smaller, but it's nicer. And then I closed his tank up, and we're just going to see how he does with just lily pads and stuff in there. I'm going to start putting some moss in there every once in a while, and he'll just tear it up. But before, the problem with him tearing it up is it would get stuck in the filter. But now there's no filter for it to get stuck in, so should be okay. And I did feed these frogs bloodworms yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and just drop it in, and then I'll get back on the camera 1 second. I'm going to drop the other one in the other tank too. We'll have 2 hands. And everybody should be excited now. Okay. So yeah. I removed some moss from this tank and some duckweed. I will definitely be cleaning all the filters very soon. Don't worry, guys. I already know I should be cleaning them, but I'm lazy. That frog looks fat. He's pretty big already. Maybe I shouldn't have fed him bloodworms too. I fed him yesterday, but they won't just like eat till they explode or anything. I mean, they might if you really fed them enough, but this wouldn't be enough to do that. Because I don't feed them. I only feed them like once every 2 or 3 days. Sometimes I feed them once every 3 days. Sometimes I feed them once every 2. They're all adult frogs, and adult frogs don't really need to eat. It's kind of like reptiles. Like reptiles and frogs and stuff, they want to eat more when they're small, because they're growing. But then when they reach adult size, they kind of, you know, they don't really move around as much as mammals and like most fish. Most fish don't move around, or move around a little more than them. Let's see if I can find the bloodworms. It looks like they fell into here. Sorry. It's like they fell into my massive crypt. And this crypt I don't think is in any danger of dying. The filter flow in here is way better. I don't know if it's just because I have so many shrimp in there. I'm going to have to feed something else to these guys because the bloodworms just went right there. But they'll go back and they'll find some of them off the ground. So I'll bring in some bug bites in a second. Wanted to make sure I don't forget these. So sorry about that. Alright, we'll just look at this tank for a second because I know people really like this tank. Or, sorry. I guess I don't know that for a fact. I just assumed that, like, if I was looking at fish tanks, this tank looks so fucking good. Like, I love this tank. So, like, look at that. That rainbow's looking really good. They're really starting to see those two really colorful males with the good yellow on the back and big red bellies. They're definitely getting close to breeding age. They might either like already be, you know, like should be breeding already, or maybe they already have and I just don't know, that because I have so many shrimp in here that they just consume the eggs. But, and you know what, speaking of breeding, I'm gonna feed these guys another thing of bloodworms because I'm a maniac. And then I'm gonna come back through, and I put calcium in here the other day, and I put shrimp pellets in every tank the other day too when I realized that snail had that calcium problem, and give them a little bit of calcium in their diet too from those shrimp pellets and stuff. And also veggie wafers, like algae wafers or whatever, they usually have a lot of mineral content type stuff in them too. So yeah, just spread out these bloodworms, that way the fish get a couple instead of them all falling down. You see that one swimming around back there with it in his mouth? See him? Loving it. Having himself a good old time. Oh, I think he dropped it. Oh no, maybe he got another one. Yep, but yeah, that's that tank. It's just good old feeding time for you guys. You see, I'm starting to work my way through some bloodworms, so I will go ahead and come back through. Christian, you pull those cinnamon rolls out? I smell them. That's why I was like, But yeah, I will go back through all those tanks, including the big guy's tank, and I'll just go ahead and feed a little bit of dry food. So, just to make sure some dry food got down to the bottom. The best thing that you can feed if you're going to feed extra, if you're like, oh, I already fed some and I don't want to like overfeed, but I want to overfeed a little, the best thing you can do is have some flakes. And pretty much everything in here will consume flakes, even if they don't love them. Oh, and a snail. You could always have a snail on your top glass and crunch it, like I do. That's what I just did, sorry. You guys didn't see it. Okay. And, oh yeah, the bamboos. There should be enough particulate floating around that they're probably chilling, so I'm not going to put the Bacteriae in today. Usually I go ahead and put it in quite often. And then for this guy, I've been every once in a while giving him one of these Sinking Cichlid Gold. I know you can't see that. It's Hikari brand. Sinking Cichlid Gold. And I wish I could find the, I can't find the, dang, if you guys can see that, I can't find the smaller ones. Those ones are a little too big for him, but he still eats them. Well, sometimes, yep. Now it's going to take him a while to chew that up. I'm just going to go ahead and drop him one more, and he'll just go root around for it a little bit later. Try to make it land over the glass. I actually thought he was going to go for it right then. Yeah, it'll take him a second to chew those up, but those are real good for him. These are like the ideal size for like an Oscar, in my opinion. Some people might be like, oh, you need a bigger one for an Oscar. These are just the medium pellets, but these are a big pellet when you think about how crunchy they are and the fact they don't take on very much water. The most aggressive fish like this, they just eat that pellet right up, and they have to like kind of keep it in their mouth for a while. And oh, he went and got that other one off the ground. So since he already went ahead and got that one, I'll go ahead and get him one more. Yeah, in my opinion, as long as the food is large enough for them to see, like if the Oscar can see it and be like, oh, that's food, I need to eat that, then it's big enough. It doesn't need to be, you know, any bigger than that, really. It's definitely not gonna help its digestion feeding it larger things. So yeah, I gave these guys the flakes and everything. They should have a nice balanced diet today. I like to try to give that if I can. I might actually, I'm going to go put flakes in these other tanks, guys, but I'll just go ahead and do that off camera for you. I might actually go through and put some veggie, shrimp, it's like these little tiny veggie tablets, like they're really, really small. Like almost little circles. Oh, those got a little bit burnt, didn't they? Yeah. But anyway, guys, that is my second video for the day. And I will also have a video coming out very soon. I still need to do one reviewing this monitor. I'll probably do that tomorrow. Then I'll have another video coming out probably in the next couple weeks. When I get that other table leg. I know you guys can't even see right now. It's dark here. Let's just see something pretty while I talk. Yeah, I'll be getting that other table leg, and you guys will be able to see that too. So, thank you very much for staying tuned.